working on the engine. Basically all I want to do here today to get this ready to actually drop into the truck is do a bunch of the seals and gaskets on it. I think on the list we have the rear main, front main, water pump, oil pan gasket, and actually the biggest one is probably going to be the exhaust headers. So they're actually not too difficult to get to with the engine out. We're going to start by kind of cleaning it up, getting everything to the point where we can access it. We'll start working on it. So we're gonna start with the rear main, because honestly, because it's just gonna be the easiest to get to right now. It's pretty much just gonna be pulling off this flex plate flywheel, which we won't even need anymore because we're swapping to manual. And then it'll just be the plate underneath it will come off, and then we'll do that that seal as well.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets.
Alright, so here we have the old seals. So we're going to be replacing this seal, which I don't think any of them look super terrible, but I mean they're a little crusty. It's not going to hurt for a refresh. So we're going to take this guy out, as well as this one's the rear main here. So we have a replacement here, and we're going to knock this one out. Press this one in, as well as just give this whole thing a clean up to get this black sludge off of here. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take the oil pan off now, because around this side of the rear main, it is the oil pan kind of connects to the rear main housing, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do both the oil pan gasket and the rear main housing gasket at the same time. So we're going to drop this oil pan.
That thing is full.
And even when you're next to me, I feel like you were gone. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know.
This is why you make sure that you have the oil drain before you drop the pan. Never assume it.
But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
Alright, so GM decided they didn't want this oil pan gasket going anywhere, so they put 2 rivets in it, one here and one here, so we're gonna have to drill it out to install our new one. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's unfortunate. Wait. God, this rivet's just spinning in place. Bruh.
There you go.
The front main actually follows suit with the rear main and should be taken off and prepped for the timing chain cover gasket before we install the oil pan.
Because the threads were lining up with the hole there, and I didn't want this to start threading or chewing up that. So we got a bolt, and then we punched a hole in it, because this, you can see, has a point on it. So that'll line up with that.
Woohoo!
Alright, so we're going to be taking off the water pump here and replacing the gaskets on that too. These are the gaskets that we have to replace here.
This rear main seal actually put up quite a fight, but once I got the right technique, it was easy enough. I found it easiest to put one bolt in the top of the cover and slowly make my way down to the bottom of the seal, guiding the inside of the seal outward.
Alright, I actually might need your help. Can you give me a hand?
Yep.
So I'm gonna put this up. I want you to put a bolt in here while I'm gonna put a bolt in here.
While doing my final pass of torquing down all the oil pan bolts to 22 foot-pounds, I ran into a problem. So as it turns out, the two bolts at the back of the motor that are longer than the rest actually aren't supposed to be torqued down to 22 foot-pounds. I should have known this because of the size difference of the threads between the other bolts and these bolts. But yeah, I believe they have a much lower torque rating. So yeah, I had to take it all apart to get the broken bolt out and get a new one. Luckily, they're pretty easy to get off of wrecker trucks.
We got new ones to throw in there that shouldn't be over torqued. And then it just starts running circles around it like this.
Wall up top.
Alright, I think you can start going down. We're just kind of hitting the intake manifold on top. Engineers, huh? Iman's doing. Alright, she's pretty much in there. Now I'm just gonna work on taking off the rest of the hoisting straps, and then that's it for today. Good night, sweet prince.